Thank you for watching CTR TV. I'm Christy Olds with your 5 in 5. Get up to speed on 5 topics in 5 minutes. Members of the General Assembly's Finance, Revenue, and Bonding Committee recently sat through hours of testimony on some of the session's most talked about proposals. Bills on the agenda included a proposed statewide property tax and the governor's budget, which proposes several tax changes. CT Realtors submitted testimony opposing a $1 million statewide property tax. Realtor Gail Dennehy, who serves on the CTR Executive Committee, says many people already feel overtaxed.
And I think there's a lot of people in kitchens all over the state thinking, am I going to want to even stay in Connecticut? Here's another tax being proposed for us. We as realtors, we have to have a state to be able to sell in and people to be able to buy. And it's just very unfortunate that there's another tax being looked at.
Dennehy says new real estate taxes could put a home purchase out of reach for many potential buyers. Proposals would also increase the seller's conveyance tax on homes that sell for more than $800,000. Governor Lamont's budget director testified at that same hearing on some of the governor's proposed tax changes. One of them calls for sales tax to be charged on services, which would include real estate commissions.
This is a part of the governor's proposal to not pick the winners and losers, if you will, with respect to the current exemptions in our sales tax code. So that would include real estate commissions, property managers, appraisers, listing services, management services. A couple of examples.
OPM Director Melissa McCaw answered questions from lawmakers about the proposed tax on real estate services. CTR President-elect Joanne Breen later testified against that proposal.
CTR believes the imposition of these new taxes will continue to harm a struggling Connecticut real estate market in numerous ways.
Breen offered strong testimony in opposition to the sales tax on commissions and real estate services, taking pointed questions from some lawmakers. She says buyers and sellers may not be able to pay the additional sales taxes, which may lead to realtors having to absorb the tax.
We're trying to make the lawmakers here understand that, a lot of people are walking out with little or no equity on their homes, and now we're asking them to bear the brunt of yet again another expense.
You can watch Breen's testimony in its entirety at ctr.tv. Several members of the Finance, Revenue, and Bonding Committee expressed their support for CTR's position.
Our job here as legislators is to make the state of Connecticut as sellable as possible. And clearly with these proposals, it's not making your job any easier.
Taxes really do make a difference in selling the state of Connecticut. So I appreciate you coming up here and speaking on behalf of realtors.
I can't express more than what you just said about what you hear about friends and family and those that you who are your customers or clients and sell and are not going to be staying here and buying another home. I hear it every single week.
Lawmakers from both sides of the aisle expressed their opposition to many of the proposed taxes on real estate transactions. State Representative Jason Doucette of Manchester says he does not support the tax on services. He is a real estate attorney and sees many problems with the proposal.
It's really, in my mind, a regressive tax to expand that to services. So we think of taxing real estate commissions, but we don't think of who that affects and how it trickles down.
Doucette says he's also opposed to the proposed statewide property tax. Realtor Joanne Breen of ERA's Sargis Breen Real Estate in Newington has been confirmed as the 2019 President-elect of Connecticut Realtors. Joanne will serve as Association President in 2020. Realtor Scott Cooney of Coldwell Banker Residential Brokerage in Danbury has also been confirmed to continue as a member of the CTR Executive Committee. CTR thanks both Joanne and Scott for their willingness to serve as association leaders. CTR members should keep an eye out for a survey coming to your inbox. It comes from the association's Opioid Work Group and asks about your experiences with seeking any kind of help related to the opioid crisis in Connecticut. It asks what you wish you had known when seeking help for a loved one and for advice that you could provide to others. CTR's opioid work group is working on many aspects of helping our communities and families suffering from opioid use disorder. That is your 5 and 5. I'm Christy Olds for CTR TV.